New episode of Vlogs. Today's topic is Lefty Gunplay, is he racist? People give me different topics, and this is a lot of relationship with the black and the brown communities and all that. So there's a lot of things to talk about this. So this goes deep, and I'm gonna give you my perspective because I'm from that '90s generation. I'm from that, the real active times when it was really popping and going off. And I got so many stories, but we'll get into that. But first of all, I want to address, is Lefty racist? Whatever. I see people switching the narratives about homie. I don't think nothing at all about him being any racist. Now, if you listen to that interview that he did, because some people hit me up and says, "Oh, look at that interview," whatever. But you know me, I roll with a lot of communities. I know I kick with everybody, right? So I'm not on no racist tip. Obviously, um, that's, you already know about that. I got songs with people from all around the world, but people bring that up to me, and I was like, "What?" So I went to go watch it, and I was like completely opposite of what they're thinking. I didn't see nothing about racism at all. So I don't know whoever bringing it up, saying this and that about it. I don't watch all these podcasts. I ain't got time for all that. But I just needed to watch his to give you my reaction. And my reaction to me is he's just he's telling the community how it is, how it really is. It is what it is. This is how it is. If anything, to me, he's not disrespecting the black community like that. He's more exposing our community that I grew up in, that he grew up in, that I don't know if you want to say the Chicano community, I don't know, whatever you want to give it the community name. He's exposing that community. And let's be honest, I'm gonna tell like it is. It is what it is. This is what it is. And black people, one thing I heard on Lefty's thing that I don't agree with, when he says if a black person bring him to his house, I think they would be less racist. Like, so he said they'll trip out like, damn, but I think very minimum. Now, yeah, if you're a gang member and you're like riding war zones and you bringing an essay into the house and you got families that are going to war, that just goes with anyone. You feel me? But technically, to me, black people are loving people, and they're not gonna be um, discriminative to an Hispanic kid. In fact, I don't feel like they'd be discriminated to a lot of people, even though they should be, or I would understand why they're discriminated to white people. But even with that, they're not discriminated to white people for what they've been through and all that. They don't hold. It's like they ain't really holding grudges like that. Now, obviously, in the '90s, there was a lot of grudge. There's artists, revolution artists that used to diss, white people and this, that, like that. And I get it. It's understandable because they've been through it like that, and it's very understandable. Even Hispanics, a lot of people been there's been colonization from a lot of communities, and there's a lot of people that should be mad. But to say the blacks are mad about that or blacks would be pissed, nah. Now let's talk about our community. I'm gonna tell it like it is. It is what it is. Our community is racist, straight up racist. Right now, this new generation, I feel like times change. But I'm gonna tell you, my time is a lot of racism, and I'm gonna expose it. So Lefty bring it to the table. I'm gonna slam dunk it. So if anyone would trip out about what Lefty says, it probably should be the ones that run their mouth. Those are the ones he exposed them. And that's a good thing what Lefty did. He exposed racists. He exposed the community. The only way you fix the community is expose the wrong things in a community. And obviously, this has been like for years. I mean, I've been in jail. I've been in the '90s, and I've seen it. Like, and you know what? Let's get it straight. It's not everyone in the community, not the real ones. No, let's get that straight. It's not the real ones, because I was locked up, and obviously the real ones, we're doing our thing, the homies, and they're like, yeah, they're the thing. But there's always these, I would say, residents. It was always these guys, like, because I'm from the SGV, right? So we obviously were, a lot of our people were on that tip too mindset, but we didn't have blacks to really hate blacks like that. Now, other cities in LA, let's be honest, maybe they're getting run out, like they're, like the war is going on and they're losing some people, and you know, and they became racist. The only way they feel confidence is now by numbers, because we're in locked up. We got numbers. The homies got numbers, but it's not even just the homies got numbers. The residents make it even bigger. So you get all these residents um, yapping about like I remember I could tell you a story. Like I remember like, hey, like I don't even like discriminate, but hey, homies, those da 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 da, like they give them nicknames like bad words like from Chinate, whatever words, whatever, da da da, like And now I'm looking at this guy, hey homie, where you from? He's like, oh no, I'm not from nowhere, dog, but da 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 da. He just whooping all day about them, making me hate black people, kind of thing, right? And I get it, the mindset, you keep hearing it, and you start like, okay, well, don't trip, homie, woo woo woo. You get with it. But I was raised different, personally. Me, I'm from a Mexican neighborhood, or so to me, I was never racist, because if I was racist, I wouldn't even be from a neighborhood. I wouldn't be from Novato, because I never seen color, so I never looked at them as being racist to them, to the Mexican community. They were like my brothers, my family. I grew up in Novato. That's how it was. No one ever questioned me. I never questioned them, right? Same thing with everything else. Like that's how I was raised. Like I got love for black community. I got love for the brown community. I roll with a lot of Asians. I was never on that racial stuff. And in the 90s, there was racial stuff with the Asians too. There was a lot of things. It was the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And then our community, the homies that I grew up with, from being from that community, we were always the deepest. So by being the deepest, there's always the punks that always woofing left and right, and they just disrespect other communities because they can't handle like a man and handle their situation, so they hate. And I get it. In our community, we have a lot of people that hate and talk negative about black community, and those are the same people that probably getting punked by some of the black community. But the ones that get into the wars and then the fights are obviously the real ones. You know what I'm saying? But now this is what's been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now it's kind of changing. And to me, to say Lefty's racist, nah, he's exposing our community flaws. You feel me? Because he goes, I love black people, I love black community, but you know what? I don't know, because I bring to and I'm like, everybody like, whoa, because he's worried about the people, what the people will say. That's something about me. I never cared about what the people said. I did a song with Snoop Dogg. I did a song with Migos before anyone did the black and brown. Everyone's like, oh, black and browns united now. Nah. I always done songs with the blacks since day one. Nate Dogg. I mean, the list goes on. MCA Project, Sugar Free, Bone Thugs Harmony. There was no racist, but I'm a real homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm real. And at the end of the day, I know when you're locked up, there's certain, everyone's segregated regardless. So you stick to your team, your program, just like it is. But that has nothing to do with racism. Now, there's always these guys on the side woofing, and most of them are always residents. They ain't really even G's like that. So when I came into the rap game, I already know what it is. And yeah, it does leak into some of the G's. Same way on their side leaks into the G's, and they're going to be racist regardless. And I get it. That's how the mentality influences. It's like today we got internet influence. Whatever influence you on the internet, you're going to believe the internet, and you're going to follow the internet's ways. And you're going to think that's the Bible to the streets. It ain't the Bible to the streets. All these guys talk on the internet, it ain't the Bible to the streets. Because we've seen a lot of these people get exposed in time. You feel me? Like you woofing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stay away from doing a lot of podcasts, none of that, because you gotta stick to the G code. I like, you gotta nowadays do also to get, whatever, but hey, you know what? I know I don't need to talk. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of real ones are on the same page. So on that note, I don't feel like Lefty's racist at all. I think Lefty exposed our community, and I'm here to double down on it and say, yeah, that is a problem in the community, but it's not homies in general. It's always these wannabes that always probably getting punked or feel inferior to somebody else, and that's why you will hate. Now let's talk about me as an artist, as me. Obviously, I sold the most records. I did a lot of stuff, right? No bragging, whatever. But guess what? You go to my comments, you go to anything they post about me, everyone's racist on me, right? Now, let me tell you, in those days, they were racist to more. Now, if it's black, they ain't racist because like it's like, yo, we want to get in. There's a lot of these fools are they're doing it for the wrong reasons. I want to get in with the black community, and I don't want to be Chicano. I don't want to be this is my culture no more. I want to act like their culture. I want to be with their culture so they can do it. And then they want to play both sides of the fences. A real one will respect his own culture and always respect the next man's culture. And me, that's how I did in the rap game. I'm me, but I'm from a barrio. I grew up in the neighborhood. I respect the stilo, and I'm from the stilo, and I represent the stilo the correct way. Now with me, go look at my comments, cause there's no one to defend me. There's not a lot of what I am on the internet to net bang back, or they're not in that community to even know. So if I do just say someone does a post about me, there'll be 50 people. Out of the 50 people, 45 will speak negative on me, racist. 40 to 45 is all racism. Racism to me the max. I dealt with the most racism. So I already know. And I look at them lames because I know, and I go see some of these pages, 90% of them, lames. 90% of them, fake pages, trolls. These are the same guys that I was busted with in county that were lames. They're like, oh, damn, we got so many homies with me. I'm part of you guys. I'm a resident, but I'm rolling with the Southsiders. Oh yeah, hey, F those fools over there, eh? Sending jokes all day. Those are the same lames, and there's a lot of them. There's more of them than even homies. You feel me? There's a lot of them. And then the internet, this is where they all pop out at. But they don't go too hard on the blacks no more because, oh yeah, they understand now. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta, they're doing the wrong reason. But me, easy target. No one's defends him. He's in our community. He's on top. He's been solid. He's been real. So we're gonna. The trolls are on me every day. Racist comments. I could pull up racist comments right now, and you'll see them how racist they can get, like super racist. But you know what? I don't say nothing because I already know they're a bunch of lames. You know what I'm saying? Straight up lames. I've been in the game for this long. Lames, right? But that's the whole topic. It's always these weak fools that do it. And what Lefty was saying, he's not speaking about himself. He's speaking about the community. He maybe didn't know how to say it like that, but he's speaking about the community and what the community affects on him, puts onto him. So when he comes to his thing, he feels like he can't bring a black woman to the thing because people will look at him like weird. They will look at him different. And he's talking about just the outside community. Now the real ones, they ain't gonna trip. They're like, hey, homie, that's what's up. Okay, cool. They're not gonna trip on that. But there's all these lames. There's too many lames in our community. This is a message to our community. Whether you like it and say, no, you can't speak it. That's cool. Don't worry about me. I know who I am. I know what I believe in, and I know what I am. I don't believe in no colors and none of that stuff. I could go on that topic forever, but you already know what it is. Capone's still winning, and you still hate it. It is what it is. The internet is going to be the internet, and these weenies are that. So to all my righteous ones out there, when you see any racism stuff, regardless, speak on it and let's expose it and put it to the table because it's been hidden in our communities for years. It's been hidden a long time. And Lefty, we should compliment Lefty for helping exposing it without saying it. Like he literally told you what's going on, but not saying it. And he took the rap for it because he said, I'd bring it to my house and I'd be like, so he did it for the homies without basically like he's the one that stood. No one else. All these rappers, everyone in the game from back in the 90s and all of this and that, a lot of them fools are on some racist tape. But you know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of them are racist. There's probably a good percentage, right? But they ain't gonna say it or whatever, boo boo boo. But you already know what it is. You know how it works. You know what I'm saying? So when they're racist on me, you already know in their heart they're really that weak and they're that racist. So shouts out to the black community. Don't even trip on what you heard. And this is not even here to say, hey, we're trying to, like this. We hold our ground, and the homies, they hold their ground. The community holds their ground, and they're proud of their culture, the cultura. But yeah, nowadays, a lot of these generations are going there. So when you hear Lefty saying, he's not saying that to you guys. He's speaking on the culture. This is how it is in LA. Southern Cali is like that. I don't know about other states it's like that as much, but it's been like that over here. It's been divided. Everyone's divided. When do you see whites even? They're in their own sections. Um, Blacks are in their own section. Hispanic, everyone's in their own section. The way this Wild Wild West works is everyone's broken down to their sections, like in jail. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's got to change. You know what I'm saying? Because numbers are power, but I'm not the one to change it. I'm just gonna represent with my homies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna also show love to the community. And I'm one of the first ones to show love. And I always been on that black and brown tip or black and every tip, minority tip doesn't matter. I've done songs in India, Poland. I've been to Korea. I've done shows in Japan, Mexico. I've been to South America, Europe, UK, Spain. I mean, the list goes on. India, like man, I don't know. I've been everywhere. So there's none of that. That's why I'm internationally respected and loved by a lot of fans. And yeah, Lefty, I just want to clear that up for the homie because he's a camarada. I'm gonna have to speak on it. When someone said it to me, I'm gonna speak on it. And what we got to give props to him, he exposed the community. So shouts out to him and all the real ones in the community. You guys be like, yeah, that's right. The racists, they're gonna still be on the racist tip. Black community, now you guys know how it is. And there's a lot of racism, but you guys dealt with a lot of racists with a lot of people. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of racists, but to technically a lot of the real ones, they ain't on a racist tip. Shouts out to everyone who's doing stuff like with artists. Lefty shows love. I know Lefty loves the community. I know Roddy's from the area. He loves the community. A lot of these guys love the community. There's other racists that are real racist. You feel me? But these trolls, you know, the internet, they won't be as much now. But he spoke on the community, and we have to fix that in the community to speak it. So yeah, when they're racist on me, they're racist on the next man. You already know what it is. Your homie, Mr. Capone. Another episode of vlogs. I had to clear the air right there. I'm out. Boom.